Have you ever considered that the calcium clogging up human arteries actually comes from microscopic igloos? It sounds crazy, I know, but it's true. It's not just about the food you eat. There is a highly intelligent, hidden microbial world living right inside your blood vessels, and they are literally building tiny fortresses to survive and thrive. Today we're going to dig into exactly what is going on inside your heart's plumbing, and more importantly, how to fix it.
So, what are these igloos? They're called biofilms. Essentially, a biofilm is a colony of microbes that builds a hardened, tiny calcium shell to completely hide under your immune system's radar. They just set up shop, thrive, and calcify inside you like microscopic squatters who absolutely refuse to leave. We're going to uncover exactly how to evict them and clear out those arteries, so make sure you subscribe to this explainer because we're getting straight to the solutions today. All right, let's clear up a massive misconception right out of the gate. Plaque is not just a cholesterol problem. For decades, cholesterol has taken the entire blame. But in reality, plaque is a super complex, hardened mix of calcium, protein, and cholesterol that forms on your artery walls. And guess what's hiding underneath that calcium-rich plaque? Yep, those microbial biofilm communities. They actually use the plaque as the ultimate camouflage. Now, biofilms and plaque can't just stick to a perfectly healthy vessel. They need a rough landing zone to anchor themselves. This happens in 3 specific stages. Step 1 is artery wall damage. Things like oxidation and inflammation act like biological sandpaper, just constantly scratching up the smooth surface. Step 2 is when LDL particles arrive at that irritated site to help. And then step 3, everything mixes with calcium and fibrous proteins to form a dangerous biological cement. That cement traps it all together, slowly narrowing the vessel. But we have to ask, what's causing that initial damage in step 1? The culprits are probably pretty familiar to you, but their impact is huge. We're talking about excess sugar and refined carbs, processed oils just loaded with inflammatory omega-6 fats, alcohol, junk food, and systemic issues like insulin resistance. When those things are a regular part of your diet, they trigger a constant state of inflammation. It's literally like throwing handfuls of gravel into a delicate engine day after day.
And this is where we have to completely flip our traditional understanding of cholesterol. LDL is not the villain everyone makes it out to be. It's actually a transport protein, and its job is to repair the damage. Think of LDL as an emergency delivery vehicle bringing biological patch material to fix a pothole in your artery. It only turns into a problem, piling up into that hardened cement, when the damage to your artery wall is just constant and never-ending. I mean, you can't blame the ambulance for showing up at the scene of a crash, right?
To stop this whole cementing process, we really need to look at how the body manages calcium. Enter vitamin K2. This stuff is incredibly powerful. Vitamin K2 is basically your body's ultimate calcium traffic controller. Without it, calcium just drifts aimlessly into your soft tissues, which causes your arteries to harden and stiffen. But when you have enough K2, that same calcium gets directed exactly where you want it, straight into your bones and teeth. It keeps your skeleton strong and your arteries clear.
Okay, so how on earth do these microbes get into your arteries to build those calcium shells in the first place? It happens through a mildly terrifying process called bacterial translocation. Basically, microbes from your mouth can literally travel through tiny openings in weak, bleeding gums, slip right into your bloodstream, and ride it all the way down to attach to your artery walls. That's the starting point for plaque. This is why a high intake of vitamin C is absolutely vital. It acts like microscopic superglue to strengthen your connective gum tissue and seal those gates completely shut. And right alongside vitamin C, we have the crucial role of vitamin E. Vitamin E acts as a really potent antioxidant that protects the super delicate microscopic inner lining of your arteries, which is called the endothelium. It actively prevents oxidation, reduces the inflammation we just talked about, and improves oxygen flow right to the heart muscle. It basically closes the door on that initial micro damage before it even has a chance to start.
The heart healing plate, engineering the perfect meal.
So let's take all this science and actually put it on a plate to build the ultimate heart-healing meal. We're starting with a foundation of wild-caught salmon. This is your premium source of omega-3 fatty acids. Salmon is packed with essential EPA and DHA fats, which work to calm inflammation throughout your entire body. They lower blood pressure, reduce dangerous clot formation, and keep your arteries beautifully flexible so blood can flow smoothly, just like water rushing through a perfectly clean pipe.
Next up, a massive cardiovascular superfood,
Sauerkraut, yes, fermented cabbage. The lactic acid bacteria in it do way more than just help your digestion. They actively support your heart through a direct pathway known as the gut-heart axis. These specific microbes literally help break down those arterial biofilms we talked about. They act as natural ACE inhibitors to lower your blood pressure, and they can even help regulate your LDL cholesterol. It's seriously amazing.
To put sauerkraut's power into perspective for you, it packs roughly 7 times your recommended daily intake of vitamin C. Remember those vulnerable gums we need to seal up? Boom, sauerkraut has you covered. Plus, the natural fermentation process produces an abundance of that incredible vitamin K2 to keep calcium totally out of your arteries. It is a brilliant dual-action arterial shield.
Now, to balance this plate out, we're throwing in a huge arugula salad. Arugula isn't just basic watery lettuce. It is a robust cruciferous vegetable. It's actually in the exact same family as broccoli. Its sharp, bitter taste stimulates digestion, but the real magic is a plant chemical it contains called DIM, which actively dismantles biofilm formation. On top of that, it's loaded with potassium, which is an essential mineral for keeping your arteries soft and elastic so your heart doesn't have to work nearly as hard.
And please ditch the store-bought dressing for that arugula. We are using 2 absolute heart elixirs here: pure cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil and apple cider vinegar. The olive oil is basically liquid gold, loaded with polyphenols that act as strong anti-inflammatory agents to drastically cut down oxidative stress. And the vinegar? That brings acetic acid to the mix, which stabilizes your blood sugar after the meal, promotes healthy bioflow, and supports your body as it metabolizes fats and cholesterol.
Toss a handful of sunflower seeds right on top of that salad. Remember earlier when we talked about vitamin E protecting the endothelium? Well, sunflower seeds are one of the richest natural sources of vitamin E on the planet. When you combine them with the olive oil and the omega-3s from the salmon, you create this incredibly powerful nutritional triad that is entirely dedicated to keeping your blood vessels clear and preventing clots.
All right, here's a total cheat code for you. It's optional but highly recommended. Aged hard cheese. Specifically, authentic Parmigiano-Reggiano that's been aged for 1 to 3 years. The unique microbes that do the work during that long fermentation process actually create vitamin K2 as a natural byproduct. So just adding a few shaved pieces over your meal delivers a highly bioavailable, dense boost to your calcium metabolism. And let's be honest, it tastes absolutely incredible.
Finally, we top the whole thing off with garlic, which is nature's ancient heart protector. Whether you use it fresh or powdered, garlic's natural sulfur compounds are fiercely antimicrobial and antibiofilm. It actively stops harmful bacteria from ever taking hold inside your bloodstream. So honestly, a little garlic breath is a very small price to pay for perfectly clear arteries. It also naturally boosts nitric oxide, which is a brilliant little molecule that relaxes and widens your blood vessels to instantly improve your circulation.
Building a strong cardiovascular system absolutely begins with the daily microbial balance that your body maintains. So, I want to leave you with this one question to think about. Is your gut-heart axis in harmony today? Or are silent biofilms already building their microscopic igloos inside your arteries right now? The choice is quite literally on your plate. If this explainer helped you understand the hidden mechanics of your body a little better, please subscribe and leave a comment below. We've got so